lift your name on high. Lord, I love to sing your praises. I'm so glad you're in my life. I'm so glad you came to save us. You came from heaven to earth to show the way, from the earth to the cross. My debt to pay, from the cross to the grave, from the grave to the sky. Lord, I lift your name on high. There are songs that have richness and depth that we don't even know about sometimes because we fail to investigate the stories behind the songs. That's what this series is about. I want to take us behind the scenes of some of the songs that we maybe grew up with and know and love. Now, I'm a little bit older than that song, so that to me is what we would consider a classic hymn. But for some of the generation that's coming up now, maybe even some of their parents, they knew that song because that was written 30 years ago. Some of you that are my age and maybe even younger are going, ouch, 30 years ago. But you know, it's one of the songs that today, it's a great song called Lord, I Lift Your Name on High. And most people today, if you've heard of it, you've probably heard of it because it's the end of a joke from Tim Hawkins where he goes through songs that are, corporate songs of worship, Lord, I lift your name on high. Stuff like that. And it's typically done in a fashion that's really peppy, Lord, I lift your name on high. Lord, I love to sing your praises. But I want to dive in to the meaning behind songs just like this one. The guy who wrote it is a guy named Rick Found. And when Rick Found was younger, he wanted to pursue a degree in music. He had a choir teacher that talked him out of pursuing that degree, and maybe thankful for that, maybe not. He eventually decided that he was going to get a degree going into media technologies, and he used that media technology degree to go into a fiber optics world and fiber optics technology. Now, we know where that business is at now, but this was 30 years ago. 30 years ago, technology looked a lot different, but it was on the cutting edge even then. So Rick found himself doing research and development after he had already gotten his degree, and he's working with this firm doing fiber optic stuff and fiber technologies. And whereas we today are so used to the words that I'm going to say, he's there sitting in his, wherever he's at, reading Bible on an electronic Bible. An electronic Bible these days, we just kind of think about that because most of us, I know a lot of times if I'm reading scripture maybe from the stage, I'm reading it from my phone because we've got YouVersion and things like that. We don't even think about electronic Bible because to us, it's just a Bible. There's a difference between having a good leather Bible that we can flip through, but most of us, if we're going through scriptures and we look up something, we don't even turn to the Bibles we've got maybe on our bookcase. We go right to a Bible. So we don't even think about that. But to them, back then, 30 years ago, we're looking at things that this is neat. This is electronic scripture. So he's there doing devotionals and reading his Bible on an electronic Bible, brand new then, and watching TV at the same time with it in the background. So he just marveled. All the technological capabilities that he had in his mind and his brain, and as technology savvy as he was, he realized, man, God is so relevant to technology. God knew about this before we even did. And he started marveling about the cycle of life, from heaven to earth, from the earth to the cross, from the cross to the grave, from the grave to the sky. Man, here I am reading my Bible on technology. Wow. Amazing, God. Lord, I lift your name on high. We sometimes can fail to realize the depth of the songs that we sing. We would take a song like Lord, I lift your name on high right now and think, what? Old, dated. But you see, the same thing that applies then applies now. We sit around with technology today that's going to be outdated 5, 10 years from now. But you know what? God already knew about it. God already knows what's coming too as well. Imagine 30 years ago being able to read Scripture on a computer, and now we have the Word in the palm of our hand that we can pull out instead of carrying around a Bible in our back pocket or with us wherever we go. We can pull it out wherever we're at and always have that with us. What's coming next in technology? What's coming next that God is already aware about that He's going to be able to use? What technology are you using to advance the ministry of God now? Things that we talk about constantly, like Planning Center Online and all of those things that keep up all the songs that we use currently and can add songs that still have brilliance of the past. You came from heaven to earth to show the way, from the cross to the grave, from the grave to the sky. Lord, I lift your name on high.